Just a short time ago, his casket was moved inside the Basilica of St. Mary Major, where the interment is now underway in an underground tomb. The funeral was televised live this morning at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Nothing short of historic and overwhelming at times, with hundreds of thousands of mourners in attendance. NewsNation's Robert Sherman is in Rome for us this morning. He's been there all week. You can see the St. Peter's Basilica in the background of his shot on this historic day. Good morning from New York, Robert.
Hey, good morning to you, Hena. And it's just really remarkable to see a city such as Rome collectively so quiet and so still as Pope Francis's funeral commenced. This is a city that has seen so much history throughout the centuries, throughout the millennia, but once again, right on the doorstep of another historic moment, the saying goodbye of Pope Francis. And it was really just remarkable to see the traditions of the Catholic Church playing out here before our very eyes for television audiences across the globe. Every person who we met this week really had a story about why they were out here. Some wanted to participate in the history, others wanting to say goodbye, say thank you to Pope Francis. And now in terms of where we go from here, Pope Francis currently going through the burial process over at St. Mary Major Basilica. Beginning tomorrow, everyday mourners will be able to go over to that basilica and visit the tomb of Pope Francis and pay their respects to him there. Rather quick turnaround. And then we move on to the conclave and the selection process for the next pope, which will begin after the 9 days of mourning conclude. So we can expect that to take place sometime in the early month of May. It's really just remarkable to behold this whole moment here, Hena, and a somber scene, but also one that has been filled with a sense of hope and a looking towards the future as people eye the next steps in this whole process here. Hena?
And I said this too a few times, you are truly in the front row of history. Most of us were watching this play out on TV. I was struck by some of the somber pomp and circumstance. The cardinals were all dressed in red, hundreds of thousands of mourners there in Vatican Square paying their respects. Robert, this is part of the church that we rarely get to see.
Very rarely. I mean, you think about the number of times that this has happened in recent years. I mean, of course, Pope Benedict stepped down before he died, but you had Pope John Paul II, who was in the papacy for over 2 decades. So I mean, this shows, just how seldom events like this really happen here throughout the course of history. And what you saw today, Hena, the traditions, that pomp and circumstance that you mentioned, these are the traditions that the Vatican and the Catholic Church have gone through and participated in throughout the centuries. There's so much history that has taken place here in Vatican City and throughout Rome at large. I mean, what you saw today was just another chapter written in a long historic book that has been written here in this part of the world, Hena.
And again, you got to witness it firsthand. Absolutely incredible. Robert, I know it was your birthday this week, too, that you celebrated in Rome. Certainly unforgettable week for you. Robert Sherman, fantastic reporting. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.